Hey, what's up, guys? We are going to talk about today the Anchor app and the fact that you can now podcast on the Anchor app. So, if we go into Anchor and we're going to go to my station, I had a thing I recorded earlier today where I was talking about podcasting. And let's take a look at it real quick. So, I did a little sound drop and then I went over and I talked about how you're a podcaster now. Got a reply. It's like, okay, great. So now I have stuff I can play as an episode. So when you take a look at this, you've got the Now You're a Podcaster here. You see that there. If you hit this, you can share it. But if you wanted to, and you go to this, podcaster, it'll go back and it'll play it. But if you go to your profile, you'll see everything that you've done. So take a look at this. You've got each episode right here. You can have your station archive. And as you see, you got the call-ins that you've done. It's everything that you've ever done on Anchor, right? But let's say I'm like, well, let's see, what episodes do I have? I've got this, that Now You're a Podcaster, but publish your episodes as a podcast. And so you can set that up. Click next. Well, actually, this is the create an episode. Let's go to the set up your podcast. And you're going to get a little get started. One touch podcast publishing. There you go. You go ahead and you can add what you're going to add. I just went ahead and copy and pasted it for speed. And we're going to click on next. Let's go back, make sure autocorrect didn't get it. So Master Your Message Podcast. And now you see my name right there. It's got the little anchor thing saying, hey, this is an Anchor podcast. I could change the image if I wanted to whatever my image artwork is, but I'm just going to leave it for there right now. Knowing that this is going to actually go out to iTunes, this may be something that you want to change. You pick your category. I'm going to say that this is society and culture. Next. Master Your Message Podcast, society and culture. And then it says your podcast will be listed on every major podcast provider every time you publish an episode. When I click finish, it's going to create it, and then it's out there. So let's go ahead and click on finish. Even though I'd like to change this artwork and update it a little bit because it really didn't say anything on the cover, I'm just going to go ahead and click finished. And it says we're sending Master Your Message Podcast to major distributors and we'll email you as soon as it's live. And as you can see, Anchor sends you an email that says, hey, we're submitting your podcast to major providers. It should take up to 48 hours for it to be approved for by these services, but we'll let you know as soon as it's available. So they're doing everything for you in the background. And then you click on done. And that's it. You've just submitted your podcast to iTunes and Google Play through Anchor, and now you're a podcaster. Okay, so you can find me over at Anchor, anchor.fm/Vernon. It's really easy to find. That's anchor.fm/Vernon. I'm always dropping some type of tip or talking about something. Usually it's about the book Master Your Message, the guide to finding your voice in any situation, because that is what my channel is about. But this was some really interesting news that, hey, it's pretty cool. Being a podcaster, I love this kind of stuff. I think this helps a lot of more people get into podcasting, figure out what they want to do, get their show flow right, stuff like that, and then move on to more mature platforms like Podbean, which I happen to do stuff through Podbean. So definitely check out Podbean if you're looking for podcast hosting past the 5 minutes. You really want to create a podcast and get it out there to the world. Just go out to podbean.com/VR and you'll get 30 days for free to try it out. See if you like it. So go check me out on anchor.fm/Vernon, VERNON, and I will see you over there.